I'm ass, bro. Fuck.
And that was you guys fell behind again, big early. How did you guys regain composure and just kind of chip back into this thing?
Just coming together, staying poised within those moments. I think they was up like 15, 16. Just trying to make runs, get defensive stops. We was on one accord, I feel like, on the defensive end tonight, especially once they went on those runs.
Julius, when you see Ant, laboring and grimacing and playing through it, what does that do for your psyche?
It definitely uplifts me. I feel like I can't let him down. If he's out there battling, then there's no excuse why I can't give my best and make the extra effort plays and, just go out there and compete at the highest level. So it definitely energizes me and, it makes me want to be on my best game.
Julius, you guys were forced to play a lot smaller in that second quarter when Rudy was in foul trouble. Just kind of what was working there with the small ball lineup, with the shooting surrounding you and Ant? It seemed like you guys were able to take advantage of some advantageous matchups there.
Yeah, just playing with pace. Anytime, I can play with pace and get Ant, free screens where he can play in space and get downhill or, just play in the open floor is huge. So it just creates, a lot of drive and kick for us. And then it just frees him up and lets him get some easier looks.
Anthony, you had 30, but it seemed like you didn't love your box score tonight.
That shit's ass. I missed 15 shots tonight, 2 free throws. I'll be better. It's okay.
How are you feeling? And you played 40 minutes tonight. How's your body getting through it? And where do you feel your game's at?
Like I told the people after the game, it's been like a month and a half since I played basketball. I missed it. It's the most fun I have in my entire life. So just being out there, man, I'm enjoying every moment, no matter how I feel. So it's good.
Julius, last game you didn't get your assists until in the fourth quarter. This time 6 assists. What was the difference tonight in terms of being able to find people as well as get your shot?
I think just me being more active. I was talking to C. Hines before the game, and he was just like, when we were watching the film, he's just like, watching activity on both ends of the floor. So I wanted to make sure I came in with a, just a concerted effort of just being active. If I don't have the ball running the floor, just spacing, sprinting into screens, getting to the short roll action and just playing with pace. And then, the same thing defensively, just being active and just moving. I feel like I was standing too much last game.
It did seem like almost all your assists were facing the basket rather than back to the basket.
Yeah. I feel like that's easier to create for my teammates anyway. Like I can create off the double team and if I'm in the post, but like if I'm playing with pace and I'm playing in space and attacking downhill, it's just cleaner passes. It's just a little bit cleaner.
What do you guys like about playing with Dante?
I love Dante. I told him after the game he got gorilla nuts. He's willing to take any kind of shot at any moment of the game, no matter how far it is, and you got to live with it because he makes those a lot of times. And when he took the 3 at the end today, I was like, Dante. Then he made. I was like, let's fucking go, Dante. So yeah, just he's. I feel like his confidence is at an all-time high, and I believe in him. Every time he shoots, I believe it's going in because I watch him work, and he really don't miss shots and workouts. So he played well tonight, but I want to give a big shout-out to Bones. Bones stayed ready. He was in foul trouble, but he gave us big points tonight, Ayo. And then Nas, in that fourth quarter, he lifted us up. He gave us a run, especially at the end of that third. Those 3 guys off the bench, they was phenomenal for us.
And then I'm going to do one more. I'm going to give a shout-out to Big Rue, man.
Yeah.
Like what he did tonight, it's not going to show up in the box score, obviously, but what he did, especially in that fourth quarter, and challenged him.
Yep.
Beginning of the fourth, he said, I need you to stop fouling. And he came in there, and how he guarded Jokic in the end was like, it was super inspiring to the team. Like, it uplifted the team. Like, him getting stop after stop at the end of the game, it was huge for us. So how he came back in the end and guarded Jokic was big. And, I got to give a shout-out to Rue, too.
I guess Ian kind of building off of that, Finch was in here saying in the first quarter when things weren't going well, you were very positive, trying to be uplifting. Fourth quarter, you're challenging Rudy. I guess, how do you navigate leadership, I guess, in a moment like this or in a game like this?
Yeah.
When to be positive, when to maybe challenge your teammates?
You just got to read the game, knowing in the moments when, like you said, when to be positive and then when to challenge people. I think also Jaden did a phenomenal job on Jamal Murray. He came out hot in the first quarter, hit maybe 3-4 threes, and then Jaden kind of cooled him off and chased him around. Ayo chased him around. But I think it's just knowing when to uplift your teammates and then when to get on them. In that first quarter, man, it wasn't going our way. They got like 3-and-1 threes, couple miscommunication, backdoor layup. So just coming in the timeouts, talking to guys, uplifting guys, like, hey, we good. We down 15, but we good. We're going to make a run, and let's see what we do. Let's see what they do when we punch them back in their mouth. So, yeah, just knowing when to be a leader and when to get on guys.
Julius, you mentioned how inspiring it was to kind of see what Rudy was doing late in that game. I mean, it would have been easy for the coaching staff to kind of go back to what was working well in the second quarter with the small ball lineup. Just how impactful is that for you guys now, knowing that you can take advantage of being the bigger team like you did early in that fourth quarter, but also being the smaller team like you were in the second?
Yeah, it's huge. The fact that we can win in multiple ways, we don't have to win just one way, like outscoring you. We can win defensively. We can win with a big lineup, small lineup. Like, we got a lot of versatility and depth on this team, so it's huge. And like I said, for him to regain his focus, having 4 fouls come back in the fourth quarter and really just, propel us to the win defensively was huge. So, it's great, to have that, on our team.
Hey, Ant, you know that Rudy's taken a lot of criticism for his game over the years. Can you just speak to what he means to this group since he arrived here 4 years ago and, like, what he brings on a daily basis for you guys?
I told him in the locker room just now before I came in here, like, brother, we're half the team when you're on the bench. It's just that simple. Like, everybody gonna say this about Rudy. He's this, he's that. They don't understand what he means to us when he's on the floor. Like, people don't want to lay the ball up around him. People just don't want to go at Rudy. Like, regardless of what they say about him on the offensive end of the floor, like, he's a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He's been doing it at a high level for a long time, and we need him on the floor. That's why I challenged him at the end of the third. Because, I mean, Jokic is maybe 4-time MVP, 3-time. What is he? He got 3 MVPs, but, like, Jokic got 4 Defensive Player. Rudy got 4 Defensive Player of the Year for a reason, man. Like, he can guard. So I think people got to start respecting him. Put some respect on his name, and that's what we do, man. We trust him. I told him, like, bro, we ain't bringing no double team. You gonna guard him 1-on-1 all night, and stop fouling. Like, stop going for the reaching, and because he's gonna flop, and they're gonna call a foul. So just play him straight up. If he make a shot over you, cool. That's what he do. He gets paid to make those shots. So